Share my screen. Okay. So I'll choose a different game for this section here because this was a very basic game. I have another game that I want to choose to discuss with the intermediate players. Sorry, my desktop is a mess. Don't be like me, girls. This is not a good example. I need to organize my files. Choose this. All right, let's discuss this game. All right. Okay. So, yeah. All right. So this is the first rack for this person called Bonias. And this is their rating. And this is the rating of their opponent. So this is a bit intermediate. Yeah. Some of you girls, yeah, I think Yamina is almost reaching intermediate level. Shanala, you're not too far. But it shouldn't be too difficult for you girls. Hannah, do you have an internet Scrabble club rating? Do you play any ISC? Okay, she's an answer. It's fine.
Oh, sorry. I am on ISC. I think, yeah, my rating is around 980 or something at the moment. That's usually more.
Okay. All right. So this is the ideal game for you. Yeah. Very, yeah. So you're smack bang in the middle of sort of the intermediate level. So one or two of the girls should be able to match up to that level as well. So this is the first rack. Can you give us a comment, Hannah, on the rack? Any general comments about the rack? What are your sentiments?
Sorry, I'm just trying to move I'm trying to move the away from the letters.
I can ask somebody else.
Yeah, maybe ask someone else for a moment.
Okay, Shanella, can you give us a comment about the letters you have here? I would appreciate it, in fact. The juniors can leave if they want to. Yep. If the juniors, if you want, you can leave. But if you want to just stay and observe, you can stay and observe. Shanella, what comment can you make about the rack? Or anybody else? Okay, what's the best move here? What's the best move? Can anyone give me suggestions? You can speak up if you want. It'd be nice because I'm recording it as well. Yamina, you can turn on your cameras as well if you want to.
I don't think I can make a 7, so maybe I'd start with HOX or something.
Yeah, HOX is a good move. Yep, that's right. How should you play it? How should you play HOX?
Well, you might put the O on the middle square because you don't want to put the O beside the double letter squares.
That's it. Yeah, you play the O exactly there. Very good. Yeah, that's very good. That's very good move. I think that's the best move there. Well done. Unfortunately, the player's chosen to play Hoy, and maybe they didn't know the word Hox, but with Hoy, you can't but expose the double letter square next to a vowel. No matter how you want to choose to play it, you will end up exposing a double letter square. All right. So have they been naive, or what else can you say? Why do you think? Okay, could you think of a reason, even if they did spot hawks, why they wouldn't choose to play hawks and play this move? Can someone tell me why that may have happened? Even if they did spot hawks, but they said to themselves, no, I don't want to play hawks, I want to play this. Why do you think they may have done that?
They might be hoping to get more with the OX the next play.
That's it. Yeah. So this is like a setup. Okay. Now this is at any level, people try and do this setup, even like the best players in the world. That intentionally. So okay, this is a bit creative in that. I mean, you always thought don't expose the doublet to square, but sometimes you intentionally expose the doublet to square so that you can make use of it on the next turn. But the thing is, you have to do it smartly. You can't be naive about it. Like the best way to do it is by having two vowels and a consonant in between, but that consonant should be something like a V or a C so that you can't block it, because the V doesn't make any two-letter words. So your opponent can't block it. Okay, so let me change the rack here for something else. Okay, so if you have something like play something like over, let's say you did have the X as well, like okay, for example, something like over EX and I E LN or something like that. Oh, that's too many letters. Okay, something like that. Okay, so you can make over because you can then play the X on the subsequent turn, but your opponent just can't block you from scoring with that X on that double letter square because nothing can be placed next to the V. So the opponent can't do anything that blocks off all options. Or if you had a C, C only makes a two-letter word with the H. Okay, but don't like think of doing that sort of thing with a very blockable move like this. I think that's probably what Bonas was hoping to do, but it's easily block. You can easily block this sort of thing. All right. So that setup wasn't very intelligent. All right. Now her opponent, I'm not too sure whether it's he or she, but their opponent, Trebola, has these letters. Okay. Shanella, do you want to make a comment about this rack? I want you to interact, girls. Come on. Shanella, Yamina, what comment can you make about this rack?
It's bad rack balance.
Is that Yamina? Is that Yamina?
Yes.
Okay, the rack balance isn't that great. Why isn't it that great?
Because there's a duplicate of R.
Very good, yeah. I mean, 2 vowels and 5 consonants is not, it's okay, it's not too bad, but the duplicates also come into play. Some duplicates are not bad having, like 2 E's or 2 T's, but 2 R's can be a bit awkward. So you really need to try and get rid of one of the R's. And also, if you're Trebola, you will think she's intentionally exposed a doublet to square. Maybe I need to somehow block that because I don't want her to maximize score. So is there a way? So what are the options? So can you girls tell me some options what Trebola can do? So the word should contain, any word you think of should contain the R because they have 2 R's. Yamina rightly said the rack isn't balanced because it's a duplicate of R's. Too many R's there.
We can make the word rod.
Who is this?
Imara.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, thanks for the suggestion. Anybody else? Shanella, I'm really hoping to hear from you. Shanella or Deniki? Lienka? Yamina, what would you like to play?
Sir, can you play Rind, R-I-N-D?
Good. Where do you want to play it?
So I would put the I under H, the N under O, and D under I.
Very good. Okay, that's a good suggestion. That's a nice parallel play. Thank you, Dinaki. That's a good suggestion. That scores decent points. All right. Now there's, okay, I don't know how you pronounce it. Rind or rind? Something to do with bacon.
Rind, I think. Rind.
Rind, that's it. Yeah. You don't have it.
I wasn't sure about it. I wasn't sure about it. I just knew it was a word.
It's something to do with bacon, right? Is that right?
Yeah, you can have bacon rind and also orange rind.
That's true.
Orange.
Okay.
Yeah.
We have neither of those in Sri Lanka. Oh, there's a scarcity of bacon and oranges. Okay.
That's true. Nothing.
Okay. All right. So we could do rind, or we could have, we could play Lord and leave ourselves with RIN. Now, is there a spot for Lord anywhere?
Yes.
Where could you play Lord?
What if you played it the same way as you play rind, as in L, H and O? Yeah.
Good. Okay. Also play it this way. That scores less. Okay. Now, again, another point that I've been, especially with the seniors, I've been trying to teach this the last couple of months. I've been trying to show you that there are certain letters that help you with bonuses. Okay. So first of all, if you want to work your way towards the bonus, I've been teaching, I have this thing written out, haven't I? I've been using those notes. First, you need to make sure you have a balanced rack. And then if you have, or a balanced rack or a leaf. Okay, now both these leaves for both these options, is that the best constant vowel ratio for 3 letters? Is that the best for a 3-letter leaf? What's the best constant vowel ratio? Shanila, come on, I've done it several times with you. Shanila, Yamina, what's the best constant vowel ratio of 3-letter leaves?
2 consonants, 1 vowel.
2 consonants
okay.
and 1 vowel.
Okay, all right. So that's what you have with both. And then you see whether you hang on to single point tiles, don't you? Or single point or 2 point tiles. Okay, so what are the single point and double point tiles I'm talking about? Girls, quickly. You haven't got time. Come on. I've taught this several times, especially the ones at school. Come on. What are the single and 2 point tiles that will help you? Okay. Bonus. What are the 2 point and single point tiles I'm talking about? Yamina, come on. Or Yanali? Not Yanali. Ilienka? Yeah. Does this ring a bell? Yeah. Girls, come on. All right. So try and hang on to single point letters or 2 point letters if you want to work your ways towards the bonus, and also the vowels. Okay. First, make sure you have the right consonant vowel ratio. And then you make sure you hang on to these. Yes, Yamina, tell me.
No, sir, sorry, it was an accident.
Okay. And then between these 2 leaves, which one is the better? Which one is the better leaf? Which one is going to help you with bonuses?
R-I-N.
Sorry, who's this?
Lienka.
Okay, why is Rin a better leaf than LOR?
Because it has more bonus friendly letters.
Okay, good. LOR has also bonus friendly letters, but the order in which they appear, in the order in which I've typed, gives you an indication how much bonus likely, how likely it is to form a bonus than the ones that appear at the bottom of the list. If you have an S on your rack, it's more likely that you're going to form a bonus than an R. So as you can see, it contained an R, N, and I, which is the third likeliest vowel, compared to L, which is the sixth likeliest consonant, and O, fourth likeliest vowel. Okay, so RIN definitely would form more bonuses than with LOR. Okay, so Lord is better to play, right? Good. And you can only do this sort of thing if the scores are very similar. If one scores much more, go for the score. Okay, if there's a score difference of 6 or more, make your decision based on score. All right. All right. So unfortunately, they end up playing HID, HID, which isn't that great. They played HID, and so that allowed her to still, the Bonias to still make use of the double letter square with the X. Okay. There is a bonus here. I didn't spot it, but it's called beatbox. So it scores 126 points. Can anyone explain to me how that is 100?
Because they've used the X and it's also landed on both double word tiles.
Yamina. Can somebody else pick up from where Yamina left because her line isn't clear. Shanala, you're quiet today. How come there's 126 points? Okay, I don't want to dwell on it too much. It's the way she's played beatbox. It's covered two double word squares. So the points for the whole word is actually quadrupled times by 4. Okay, because when you cover two of these, you times by 4 points for the whole word, and then you also add 50 points. I don't want to go through like calculating scores. Quite basic for an intermediate player. So that's why it's 126 points. Okay, now you see the problem that she's facing now. Sorry, there's a new person. Let me just see where this person is from. Hello, hi there, Asia. Am I saying your name correctly? Asia. Hello. Do you want to say hello to us? Asia, is that right? Okay. You can say hello to us if you feel like it. All right. So you're welcome to join us. Okay. All right. Now this person's rack has gotten worse. Okay, because 2 vowels is not too bad. But what Yamina told us, avoid having duplicates. Now they have 3 R's. It's gotten worse. So they didn't make getting rid of one of their R's a priority the previous turn. So it's gotten worse. So they end up playing loner. All right. Is there something better that the person could have done? Okay. Alina, Asia, could you please identify yourselves? Where are you from? Just say hello if you feel like it. Alina, Asia. I don't know whether I'm saying your name correctly. Asia, Alina?
I'm Asia from Pakistan.
Nice. Good to have you here. And Alina, do you know Alina, or is she also your friend, or is she Alina? Hello, Alina. Okay, never mind. Okay, thanks for joining. All right, so we have 3 people who are not from my school. Okay, that's good. That's very good. So we're discussing an intermediate Scrabble game. First session was for beginners. And so we are here at this point. Asia, what level are you? Do you play on ISC? Do you have an ISC rating, Asia?
I'm a beginner level.
Beginner, okay. Oh, it's unfortunate. We did the beginner class first, 40 minutes. You can still stay around and watch. It's going to be a bit advanced for you, but try and come a bit early next time, okay? But you can still stay and watch, all right? What other move can you make with these letters? Okay, people are coming in now. Hi, Jenna. Where are you from? Did you say hello to us? Hi, Jenna. Where are you from? Could you say hello to us? Hello, Jenna. Where are you from?
Hi, I'm from Pakistan.
All right. Okay, good to have you as well. Do you play on ISC? Do you have an ISC rating?
I actually don't know how to play, so I'm gonna watch you guys play.
Okay, all right. Okay, I was telling the other lady other girl as well. I did 2 sessions today. The first session was for beginners. The second session is for the intermediate players. I've already done the beginner session. It's such a shame. We just missed out on it. The first 40 minutes. You can stay and watch today, but I'll be doing this next week as well. And then you can come for the first session. All right, but you can stay and watch if you want to. Okay.
All right, thank you.
Okay. All right. So, any suggestions, girls?
Era?
Okay, where do you want to play it? Okay, good.
Place
suggestion.
the E under head.
Very good. Yeah, that's something you can do. Yeah. Yeah. So you've gotten rid of all your R's. Okay. So.
What if we made Terra?
Oh, that's a good suggestion. Yeah, that's a very good suggestion. Today is good. Yeah. Today is good for 15. All right. So those are options as well. Okay, but she ended up playing Lona. Okay. All right. So those are probably the better options. Okay. Now, this is Bonai's rack. Now, this is something people tend to overlook. You always want to make use of the triple word squares around the board here. Okay. But we miss out. Well, we miss out on the ones in the middle, like especially in a situation like this. Now there's Lona here. You can actually get to that triple word square on that middle right, by hooking onto that R. Okay, so usually people miss those sort of opportunities. Okay, Alina. Okay, thank you for that suggestion. Yeah, Alina is suggesting that we should play bed, which is a good suggestion. Yeah, hide and bed. That's good. Made a nice hook there. But if you can make a word that reaches up the triple word square, that usually scores more. So try and now, what's the only letter that can come to connect that could be placed below that R? What's the only letter that can be placed there?
E.
Only the E, isn't it? Because there's only RE. So it has to start with the E. And is there a way you can end up here with the a word ending up on the triple word square?
Ebbed.
Sorry, who was that? Sorry, beg your pardon.
Oh, Hannah. Ebbed and flowed. Ebbed.
Yeah, thank you very much. Yeah, so that's what I call ebbed. Yeah, thank you. That's a very good suggestion. That's what I was thinking of as well. Yeah, so see, you were able to make a word that landed on a triple word square. Okay, and it's not very obvious, this sort of move, especially if you have to hook from the middle, some in the center. And the B also, the first B of ebb has fallen on a double word square, so that scores you a lot of points, 41 points. Okay, good. Okay, people are keep commenting, all right? Thank you. Yeah. Yeah. Unfortunately, Alina, I don't think I can't use a blank for that, because the blank has to be preserved only for a very good opportunity, scoring opportunity. Play bed, you said play bed. Bed is okay, but you can't play that T extra blank for no point. The blank literally doesn't score you anything extra. Det and bed score you the same. Don't use a blank for nothing. Okay, you have to use a blank as an intermediate player, at least score 20 points extra than another move, but for nothing, don't, no. Okay, but bed is probably a better suggestion. Okay. All right, we have another player. Now, others can think what we could do here. Let me just say hello to the new player. Hi there, Sufyan. Am I saying your name correctly? Sufyan, could you introduce yourself? Where are you from? Hello? Sufyan, you can say hello to us. Okay. Any suggestions, girls? What do you think should happen here? Okay, thank you. I'm seeing some. Okay, thank you, Sufyan. And Sufyan, are you an intermediate player, or are you, what, do you play on ISC? Do you have an ISC rating? Then I can gauge what level you're playing at. Sufyan, do you play on ISC? Do you have an ISC rating? All right, but okay, so sounds like you have some experience. Okay, that's good. So please make suggestions, all right? So girls, what's the, I don't know what gender you are. You're a boy, right? Sufyan, is that right? That sounds like, I'm sorry, that names, I'm not familiar with that name. Are you a boy or a girl? Oh, you're a boy. Okay, good. Then I will stop saying girls. I'll say everyone. Okay. So what's the best move here? Any suggestion? And can anyone make a comment first on the rack? A general comment that you want to make on the rack, about the rack. Come on, Shanila, you're very quiet today. What's happening? Davina?
There are no vowels.
That's not good.
There are no vowels. So what should you do then?
Change.
Exchange, isn't it? Yeah, so you should try and exchange. What are you going to exchange?
Probably everything besides the S.
Very good suggestion, Yamina. That's exactly what I would have done. Change everything besides the S. Another interesting point I want to raise is, what about the Q? Isn't Q like a power tile? Hannah, do you want to say something about that? Would you have kept the Q, or would you have changed the Q?
No, I would have changed it, because sometimes it can just mess up your rack and you can get stuck with it, and there's nowhere to put it at the moment. So
that's right. Okay.
Yeah,
that's very good. Yeah. So the Q is a power tile. It has 10 points as face value, like the Z. The X has 8 and the J has 8. So you might think, oh, it's a high scoring constant, you need to hang on to it. But the Q is a very cumbersome letter. It's not very flexible. Usually, like she said, you can get stuck with it. Unless you have a U with the Q, that's a very ideal situation. If you have the U with the Q, you need to then treat it as a normal power tile, like an X. But without the U with the Q, it's actually a very difficult letter to deal with. All right. Okay. So yeah, thank you, Sufyan. Sufyan, yeah, thank you for the session. So you should have, they should have actually changed 6 tiles with and hang on to just the S, right? But I think they changed CRR, or okay, it was a very poor exchange, right? This move, there's nothing interesting here. I'm going to move on. Okay, now this was interesting. Okay, their change was very poor. They changed 3 letters, but they were very lucky. They picked up 2 vowels, and yeah, and they ended up playing cuts here. But is there a better place? Is there a better location for that word to be played? Is there a better location for QATS to be played than where they've actually played on the board? Okay, Imara, okay, tell me.
We can play the Q on top of the A.
Okay, Imara, thank you for suggesting. You're a beginner. I'm afraid I can't explain to you why that is, but thank you for suggesting. I'm going to have to move on. Somebody else gave me the right answer. Alina, where do you want to play it? Oh, Alina, can you say? Okay. You should. You said cuts from east. I'm not too sure what you mean by that. It's very ambiguous. What's the better location to play cuts? And there was a new person, another new person joined us. If you want, you can say hello to us. I forget who you are. Okay, but Dolan. Yeah, Dolan, where are you from? You can say hello to us. Good to have you here. Where are you from? You want to say hello to us? Okay. Girls, what's the best place to play cuts? QATS. Manav, where are you from? Manav? You can say, hello, hi there. Who are you? Sorry, is it Manav or Dolan?
Cats on top of A.
Was that Dinaki?
Put P under. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Where would you play cuts? Tell me, Dinaki.
What if you put Q on top of the? So
Oh, Dinaki, your line is very bad. I can't hear you at all. Hannah, in fact, I think she gave us the right suggestion there. Place the S under A in ace, and the Q will get a double letter and a double word. So you would have seen the suggestion that she made. Okay, so that's what she's suggesting. So again, I've taught you this several times. I've done many worksheets on this. The hotspot there. What's the hotspot there? What's the combo there? Hotspot combo. Shanela, come on. I've done this several times with you. Shanela, Yamina, what's the hotspot combo there? Yamina, Lienka.
double letter, double word combo.
That's it. Yep, double letter, double word. Okay, some of you have also suggested play cuts like this, but that scores only 26. Okay, whereas here the Q is on a double letter square, so the Q will get double first. So that's 20 points, and then 3 for ATS. That's 23, and then 46 for cuts, and then 4 for as. So that's 50. Okay, that's a better way of playing cuts. All right. Okay, I've had a few new entrants. That's great, but if you want, you can say hello to us. Yeah. All right, thank you, Shanela. Thanks for joining. Let's consider the next one. Okay, nothing much to say there for the next move. All right, Okay, actually, Sufyan made a good suggestion, a comment with that move. All right. So when you play cuts here, he said the opponent can actually make use of the cue, which is actually true. They can make use of the cue. All right. Whereas playing cuts here is more defensive, but it all depends on how many points you're sacrificing. The difference between playing cuts here and cuts here, it's 17 points. And for intermediate level players, I would, now that's why, Sufyan, I'd like to know what your rating is, because this is an intermediate level. But for intermediate levels, I would still say play cuts there, because 17 points is a lot of score to sacrifice on. If the score difference was about 8 points or maximum 10 points, I would have played it at the safer location here. Whereas for 17 points, it's not worth the sacrifice. Okay, I would go for score. All right, and the Q is the best letter to play in these circumstances than any of the other high-scoring consonants. Like if you had zone, it's far more dangerous. Something like a Z or a J. It's more likely that the opponent is going to make a word with a J than with a Q, because there aren't so many words with a Q. Okay. All right. So thank you for the suggestion. This particular move, I'm going to move on. It's not that interesting. Now, as you can see with this particular move here, still with Trey Bella, she didn't do it the previous turn. Well, the move actually she played was here for 33 points. She didn't play QAT as the right spot, but then when it came to this turn, this particular turn, she decided she's going to play to the right spot. So she played Haji at the right spot there. Okay, that's the best move there. Very good. Okay, so yeah, it's a bit annoying that the answer is already, you guys are already seeing where the answers are. So you can see the best thing to do here is to play bet. But is there a comment you can make about that move? Could she have done better there than because she played bet, because she gets the double word square on that J and for bet, which is the right idea. But is there something better she should have done? Any comments? Someone wants to say something?
Sir, we can make hate with H-A-T-E by using the triple verb.
What do you want to make?
Hate.
Sorry, I didn't hear you. Okay.
Hate.
Okay. Hate is a good option, yeah. So but it's not worth the it's only 18 points. And if you're going to score 18 points using the blank, you should ask yourself, am I able to score more points elsewhere?